Guys, welcome to another video. You've got Mr. Everything English, and today we are talking about the wet wipe himself. We are talking about Romeo and Juliet. Not Romeo and Juliet, we are talking about Romeo in Romeo and Juliet. Now guys, Romeo, I want you guys to argue that Romeo kills patriarchy. Romeo is the death of patriarchy. Why is that? Because everything he does in the play Romeo and Juliet goes against how a strong, masculine, patriarchal man is supposed to behave. On one hand, we've got Macbeth, who is a clinical assassin, killing people on the battlefield, left, right, and center. And then you've got Romeo, who kills on emotion, he kills on impulse. That's not how a man behaves, guys. A patriarchal man is not an emotional man. He is in control of his emotions. But even worse, a patriarchal man would never in a million years think about killing themselves. A patriarchal man would never in a million years think about killing themselves by kissing the lips of a dead body. Even though she's alive, he thought she was dead, so it's still as bad. A patriarchal man wouldn't die by a kiss. Everything Romeo does at the end of this play, he kills himself, but a much more sophisticated point you can make is that he kills patriarchy. Now guys, let's switch to the board and let's discuss this in more detail.
Everything education. Tuition for maths, English and science.
Okay guys, so when it comes to the killing of Romeo and the killing of patriarchy, they go hand in hand. And this is the extract that you want to use from Act 5 in Romeo and Juliet. Just before he dies, he commands the poison, come and come. He's begging for death. He's begging for death, guys. He's commanding the poison. Come bitter conduct, come unsavory guide. Yes, it's juxtaposition. Yes, it's an oxymoron. But what you want to understand is that he is looking for the poison to kill himself. Why doesn't he just stab himself? Why doesn't he just use any other means? He wants to die what he thinks is the exact same way that Juliet dies. This again is a flaw in his character, guys. He gives up all his power to Juliet. He gives up all authority to Juliet. She becomes his mirror. She becomes his God, that he even wants to die in the exact way that he believes that she died. And then he says that desperate pilot. And again, he's talking about the poison. And it's guiding. A pilot, guys, it gives you guidance. It guides your journey. He is being guided by the poison. But he's so emotional. He is so emotional at this moment in the text. Everything is impulse. Everything is emotion. And then, guys, he talks about the seasick, weary bark. And he almost talks about the idea of his life. And his life is almost unable to continue. How he's lost control over his life. Again, this is a jab at how he is almost a reflection of an emasculated man. He, at this point in the play, has nothing left. Family, gone. Wife, gone. Control over his life, gone. Everything is finished. Look at other Shakespeare plays and look at other characters. Yes, they may do good things, they may do bad things, but they don't become a complete wreck and a complete loss. Whereas Romeo, guys, he is. And the important part is, he's doing it to himself. There's nobody else there. He's doing all of this to himself. It's because of his thoughts and because of how he is as a character. Such a highly emotive character. So driven by emotion. So driven by impulse. That this is why he behaves the way he behaves. And then, guys, here's to my love. And this always makes me laugh. Guys, this always makes me laugh. Do you know what it kind of like reminds me of? That even in death, he's trying to prove his love. It's like he's not convinced that he loves her, so he's trying to almost convince himself that I love her so much that I'm willing to die for her. But he's not thought about actually what's going on. So he drinks, guys, and then he says, yes, the drugs are really quick. And then with a kiss, he dies. And that comes to the end of Mr. Romeo in the text. His end, the drinking of the poison, the kissing of the lips. Guys, this end, it goes against masculinity. It goes against patriarchy. He buries patriarchy. Remember, guys, Romeo isn't no sideman. He's the main character of the play. It's as though Shakespeare's telling us about how a man should not behave. But what you want to see here, guys, in this moment, is the dire consequences when a man loses control. And this is the problem between Romeo and Juliet. There are no clear gender roles. The man does not behave the way the man should behave, and Juliet does not behave the way the woman is supposed to behave. But more so Romeo. And as a result of this, guys, it's absolute carnage, absolute chaos. So if you get a question in your exam about the character of Romeo, about gender, about their relationship, you can really use this scene and talk about how the death of Romeo symbolizes the death of patriarchy. Hope that video helped, guys. As always, thank you for watching. It's been Mr. Everything English.